Hello, everybody. My name is Amelia, and I'm one of the founders of Happy Nation NFT, a project that is bringing well-being to the NFT world. And I'm so happy to be here today with Angela Carreno from Children Change Colombia, one of our partner nonprofit organizations, so that she can introduce to you herself and her work and all the wonderful things that are happening at Children Change Colombia. Hi, Angela. How are you today?
Hi, Amelia. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us to be part of this project. And I'm really good today. Thanks.
Good, wonderful. The first question I have for you today is tell us a little bit about yourself as a person. What brought you to this line of work?
Yeah, well, I am Colombian. And since I was very little, I have this call to work towards social sector. I was volunteering since I was 13 years old in different charities in Bogota, my hometown. And then when I finished my bachelor degree, I started working with the government, with internal displaced people. Unfortunately, Colombia is one of the countries with more internal displaced people in the world. And after that, I continued my work life on the development sector. I work with refugees in different countries of Latin America. I have the opportunity to live in Asia and work also with refugees over there and in Africa. And I have been a migrant all my life, so I have been moving here and there. And during the last 6 years, I have been living in the UK and working for organizations that support development projects all around the world. In the last 2 years, I was elected as the executive director of Children Change Colombia. And it has been lovely to be able to work again for the children of my country. I had that call that it was amazing to be able to see the different projects and the stories of people in other contexts that are so far away from my hometown. But I knew that in Colombia, there was still many things to do. And it has been a pleasure to be able to work from the children and the young people of my country.
Wonderful. And tell us a little bit more about the organization itself. What is the vision, the mission?
So Children Change Colombia is a UK charity that works exclusively in Colombia. We are 30 years old. Actually, this month we're 31 years old. And we have been supporting more than 65,000 children during the last 30 years in different neglected issues. That those are areas that we identified that need the support from international aid, or that is the need is so big that we could help them. So our mission is to support children and young people that are at risk or are survivors of these neglected issues. At the moment are sexual exploitation, access to education, and forced recruitment. So we work with this, and we give to the children environment and support system that help them to empower them, and that way they can change their communities, and that can change the regions, and that way change Colombia. So that's why our name is Children Change Colombia, because we believe that children and young people are strong, resilient, and they can be empowered to change their communities.
Absolutely. And how big is the organization? So you're based in the UK. Tell us a bit more about your colleagues.
Yeah, so our organization is quite small. We try to keep at minimum the administrative cost. So we have 7 staff, 3 in the UK, 4 in Colombia. We have an office in London and an office in Bogota. And we work through partners. So even though we have like a very small team, our partners are 7, and we work in different regions of the country. And we do that in that way, and we have done since the beginning, because we think that's the best way to live capacity building and sustainability programs on the ground. So we work with organizations, very small organizations, grassroots organizations, for a period between 5 to 10 years. So they're strong enough. We give them technical support, we give them monitoring evaluation advice, help them with their finances, with all their governance, and of course funding. and we help them to build the programs and to look for additional funding. And once the organization is strong enough, we move to another one or another neglected issue that has arisen.
Fantastic. That sounds wonderful. So you say that you work with them on average between 5 and 10 years. Wonderful. Do you have an idea of how many partner organizations you've worked with until today?
Yes, 52 partner organizations during these 31 years.
Wonderful.
We are working with 7.
That really does expand the impact, doesn't it? Yeah.
And we have like that kind of family of network. Like I just came back from Colombia and we have this beautiful workshop where we took some of this technical knowledge thanks to the partnership we have here in the UK with Acting International. And we brought a workshop to our 7 partners, 20 people from different parts of the Colombia that work directly with children, was learning about post-traumatic stress for children. And this is the first time that this methodology goes to the Americas, and we're very proud that we were able to take it to Colombia first. So this is kind of the networking and the friendship that we have with our partners. We are quite horizontally, and we work with them. We work together, designing the projects, implementing them, and improving each other, learning from each other, because they are the ones who are in the ground and they know what's going on. They know the communities we work for, and they have the trust from them.
Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Angela, I would love to hear from you a heartwarming story or an example, an experience that you had where you said, yes, okay, this work is worth the fight. Of course it is, but sometimes you need those reminders, right? Can you tell us of a story or two?
Yes, of course. Well, I just came back from a field trip in Colombia, and we one of our volunteers, we gave a concert in one of our projects that we have in center of Bogota, downtown, in the red light district. And even though I'm from Bogota, that was the first time I was in this area. I wasn't been able to travel for a while because of COVID. And seeing this home that provides food, psychological support, music workshops, help them with psychological issues in the middle of a very complicated neighborhood where the prostitution is legal. You can see the ladies in the really difficult circumstances. This is not like the red light district in Holland. This is very vulnerable neighborhood, and where there is like all kind of illegal activities going on there. And we were able to visit one of the families, and they live in one room. So there are many buildings. Most of them are quite old. They used to be very nice houses 100 years ago, but now they are not. And people that work in informal sector that just can pay for a night live there. So we went to visit one of a family. It was one mother and 4 children. And seeing them, I remember seeing there's this girl of 80 years that was sitting on this couch, and I can see the window out and seeing what she sees every single day. And it's really hard. And the mother was so touched and said, like, I have been living here for, I don't know, like 15 years or something like that. So all her children, the biggest ones are almost 20, were part of this project where they received the support in really difficult circumstances. She was like, sometimes I didn't have food for their lunch, so they went to the center and received lunch. They received support for their homeworks. They have music workshops, dance, sports, and say like having that in the middle of this very difficult scenario has been amazing for me. She is a single mother, and being able to have like someone say like they are almost like the father of my 4 children, because all of them have found their a home to be when I cannot be with them, or when we are in very difficult circumstances. So that was very touching, seeing like this project that we work in prevention of sexual exploitation there to prevent that children are fetched in one of the most common commerce or businesses that are in that neighborhood, and seeing that they have a refuge, a place to be there, to be children, to dance, to learn, to learn how to protect themselves on such a difficult environment, and how thankful the family was of that kind of project. It was really touchy and open our eyes. I like how difficult life is for many children, even in the same city I grew up in my life, and how can we impact in their lives.
And that's just one story. That's just one family, 4 kids of many, right? So to give children that opportunity to just play and be, right? And use their imaginations, even if just for a little bit, right? That's
and the nice thing is, like, they become leaders, and then they help to transform other ones. Like, another of our projects that we have is with children that were part of illegal armed groups, and they have them mobilized. They were forced, since they were very little, to be involved in the war, and then they escape, or the army helped them to leave, and they have to restart their life. And this is this case of Carlos, who was in the war during 4 years, from he was 12 to it was 3 years, from 12 to 17. And when he left, it was very difficult for him and dangerous to go back to his hometown. So he moved to a foster home in Bogota, and there he had to learn how to restart his life. He haven't been in school for so many years. He have never been in a big city, so just the fact to cross the street was difficult and stressful for him. And with the support of the foster home and the organization we work there, CRAN, he has rebuilt his plan of life. He now wants to be a psychologist and go back to his hometown and support other children that have suffered what he has done. So it's this thing that to empower children to change their environments and to support more children that have suffered things similar to them, and see them that they really want to have a change and to improve their lives and the lives of their communities. That's really empowering.
So his life trajectory has been changed for the better, and with that, he can help change the trajectory of other people's lives as well. That's fantastic. Wonderful. Angela, the last question is, can you please share with us how a potential donation from Happy Nation NFT would help children change Colombia?
Yes, so at the moment, we are very excited to launch a new project on mental health. And this is for children that were part of illegal armed groups or are risks to be recruited. This could be in the rural areas by the guerrilla, or in the cities by gangs or drug dealers. So we are implementing this new project with 2 partners that we have been working with them for several years. This is Fundación CRAN and Tiempo de Juego. This project will provide them through new technologies, through journalism, to audiovisual technologies, through radio, like different tools to rewrite their story, so they can give meaning to them, and also work with their communities to eliminate the stigma that these kind of children have, and help them to restart new lives in their communities. It's a new project with partners that we have been working for a long time. We're very excited to start it quite soon. And if these funds comes to CCC, we would like to use them for this project.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Angela. The work you do is so extremely valuable, and I'm very inspired by what you and your team are doing at Children Change Colombia. So thank you so much for giving us your time here today to introduce us to all that you do, and to all the viewers here. Please do follow the organization. You'll find the links below. And thank you very much, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching this video. And thank you to you, Adam and Amelia, for inviting us to be part of this project.
Thank you, Angela.